Previously on Chain Link Theater.
I got a proposition for you. I know these people.
What people?
Well, people like Jack Schmidt.
I don't work for bastards.
Some people just won't respond unless you apply a little pressure.
You can't break into a AAA rated bank.
You can.
Thank you for choosing Chain Link Theater. Please turn up your cell phones, grab your own snack, and hold on to your butts. Your feature presentation begins now!
Welcome back to Chain Link Theater, the show where every movie leads us to the next, one actor at a time. I'm Autumn.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're linking from the real McCoy into the Limey, thanks to our next link in the chain. I don't know what to say. Terence Stamp.
The Limey himself.
The guy
I
who
guess.
likes to look at people in movies. These two movies, he does a lot of just looking at people.
He does do
A lot of
that.
it.
He
Very
does.
talented.
Very talented.
Very
Hard to
talented
understand
looker.
when you buy a DVD that doesn't have subtitles.
We had no subtitles, so there were certain parts of the movie where I'd be like, "Did he just say this?" And Kyle would be like, "I have no fucking.
I don't know. This is a
I
fucking
have
character.
no idea. I don't even know what's going on. It's gonna be probably a rougher episode.
In terms of
plot-wise.
understanding the plot, which is going to be fun because you guys, I guarantee you, none of you have seen this movie.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of it.
I'm sure there's usually 20% of our listeners have heard of or seen the movie.
Yeah,
And now all my friends have been like, that threw me for
that's
a
a
loop.
deep cut, bro.
It's well, it threw me for a loop. I've always heard I should like Terence Stamp, and I couldn't really have told you much of what he's in.
Yeah,
And I was like, well, let's just watch the thing.
the real McCoy.
The thing he's a main character in that everyone,
Yeah,
it's the cult classic.
the Limey.
The Limey.
Don't
Yeah.
even know what it is still to this day.
I think it's him. They don't say Limey in this
I think
movie.
he is. I think the Limey is the friends we made along the way.
It could be. Terence Henry Stamp was born July 22nd in 1938 in Stepney, London, England. And as I touched on last week, passed away last year, also in London, which
Yeah.
it doesn't say England, it says United Kingdom now. But he got a room with Michael Caine.
Yeah, I saw
When he was,
that.
20.
He also survived the Blitz.
Yeah, which that's insane.
That's crazy.
He, in his second movie ever, they lived together for a while. They got famous kind of living together while they were
Adorable.
living together. Yeah. In his second role ever, got an Academy Award nomination for, I can't remember the name of that movie.
Billy something.
Oh, Billy Budd,
Billy Budd.
where he
yeah.
played Billy Budd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was-
Which is an adaptation of a Herman Melville book.
Oh, okay. All I know about Herman Melville is that Matilda says, by Herman Melville, call me Ishmael.
Well, that's all I know about him is that he wrote Moby Dick. I
All I
don't
know
know
about
about
him-
Matilda.
She's reading it at the end of the movie.
Oh,
She pulls it off the shelf with Miss Honey.
sure.
You remember Matilda.
I remember Matilda. I just don't remember that specific scene.
Man. That's the only reason why I know who wrote Moby Dick is Matilda.
Yeah.
That's it.
PJ actually showed me a picture of, I think it was PJ, someone the other day dressed as Trunchbull for Halloween, and I immediately clocked it.
Dude, Trunchbull, this won't matter to anyone but me. Trunchbull is in Call the Midwife, which is a show on something. I think I watched it on Netflix back in the day. But she's one of the nuns, and it took me 2 seasons to be like, why are you so familiar?
Ah.
Why are you so iconic? And I don't know why.
Yeah.
Trunchbull.
The Halloween costume was the gray sweatshirt with the weight belt.
Nice. Nice. Did she have? Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
it was dope.
Those chocolates look so good.
That chocolate cake?
No, the chocolates. You remember the chocolates that Matilda steals from the Trunchbull's house?
Oh,
to
yeah.
give to Miss Honey?
Yeah.
Those looked good.
That chocolate cake with that kid looked good.
Dude,
too. And
that's not even a challenge for me.
I'm not even that big of a chocolate fan.
I am.
You are.
I am, and I'd eat that whole cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most famous, I would say, for playing General Zod in Superman.
Right.
The 70s Superman, both of the first two, which apparently were not both directed by Richard Donner. Apparently, in 2006, we got a more of a Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 that is supposed to be, as I'm told, I've not seen either of these, as different as Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's kind of his actual original Vision. He's also in Wall Street in 87. He's in Young Guns, which is actually one of his bigger roles. He's Chancellor Valorum in Star Wars Episode 1. He's one of the guys on the council that thinks it's a bad idea to train this young boy.
Well, it kind of like I've never understood when they're like, I only know the Weird Al song, but like, could he bring balance to the Force?
Yeah.
And it's like, what balance do you want if it's all good
They
right
want
now?
more bad.
We're like, well, we could. I mean, a little shake-up's fine with us.
Yeah, there's too much good in the Force.
Also, I don't understand like what good's the council if at the end of the movie, like, or Qui-Gon can just be like, I'm doing it anyway.
I'm doing it. I don't care.
It's like, well, then you're go away. Now we're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Questions.
Those are fun movies.
Those are great movies. No, they're not. They're fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Weird Al has a song though, because that's the only reason why I'm able to get through Phantom Menace is I just sing the Weird Al song through my head.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it annoys you.
Well, you have a thing with Weird Al where you just every time a beat comes onto a song that I love, you sing the Weird Al lyrics, and I'm like, that's not how Gangsta's Paradise goes.
Amish Paradise.
Or Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Pretty fly for a rabbi.
Yeah, it's annoying, but it's fun.
It's great. I love it.
It's great. He also is the guy who tells Jim Carrey to say yes to everything and yes, man. He plays Stick in Elektra. Mm-hmm. Stick is Daredevil's mentor in the Daredevil TV show. I haven't seen the Elektra movie.
I haven't either.
I assume he's a mentor to her. He's in Wanted. He's in Get Smart.
Yeah.
He's great.
If you don't know who that is, just look up his face and get a picture of him as an old man, and you will know that face.
Yes.
Yeah.
As an old man, absolutely. I agree. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else on him? You were reading this actually before I got over here.
No, he just sounds like he had an interesting life. He seemed like an interesting person. And he's a talented actor. I don't know. He has a lot of memoirs.
Multiple autobiography / memoirs. Michael Caine has them too.
Also a couple cookbooks.
Couple cookbooks with Elizabeth Buxton. I don't know what that's about.
Interesting.
97 and 2002. Great names for autobiographies. The Stamp album. That's awesome. Rare Stamps.
Yep.
One of the cookbooks is called Stamp Collection.
Nice.
Clever. Very nice. But his brother also is Chris Stamp, who is famous for being the record producer and manager who got The Who and Jimi Hendrix famous.
Interesting.
Did some of their first albums, some of their early work.
That's crazy.
And The Who is in this movie.
And their dad was like a tugboat something.
Tugboat, I think it said Taker? Is that a Staker?
Tugboat something. I've never heard of the...
Stoker.
Stoker.
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean he like would stoke the fire in a tugboat?
I have no idea.
I mean, it was the 30s, so...
It was.
Maybe. I don't know. Interesting.
Couldn't tell you, but
Couldn't
I do
tell you
enjoy
either.
Terence Stamp.
Yeah, I do too.
What movie are we here to talk about today?
The Limey.
The Limey was released at the Cannes Film Festival in May of 1999 and then to theaters in October of that same year. It runs for 89 minutes, but good Lord.
It was a long 89 minutes. I'm going to be honest with you.
They crammed a lot of minutes into those 89 minutes.
Like double,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
It's not a bad
No,
movie.
it's not a bad
I just
movie.
was confused.
Yes, it's one of those, which I can't wait to get to. Filmed on a budget of $10 million, made in theaters $3.2 million, which is a loss of about 6.8. That is a lot. $6.8 million.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It's kind of a Guy Ritchie type of revenge type of movie, sort of.
Like a kind of almost like a revenge whodunit. Oh, it's that guy. Now we're going to watch him a lot.
It's a very simple-minded, I would say, whodunit revenge movie with really weird editing choices.
Yeah. Some of them are pretty cool.
Great acting, at least by Terence.
I think that one guy did a good job. Luis Guzman.
Oh, Luis Guzman, yeah.
Yeah.
He's always great. It kind of felt a little indie.
Yes.
It kind of felt like they used the first take of a lot of dialogue.
There was some dialogue
me.
that I was like, I don't know why that's in there. But that's fine.
That too. And also, this movie didn't get a huge release. It's in the Criterion Collection. We didn't pay for that. We have the $5 DVD from, I think I bought it on Amazon.
Yeah, we're supposed to be using only our movies, and then you go rogue occasionally.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a soft rule, though. We bought Sister Act for you.
Yeah,
That is an unwritten rule that we do not
It's definitely
follow.
not the first. The Limey's not the first movie we've purchased to watch.
Right.
So,
But it more often than not, we do our movies.
yeah, true.
Yeah. You can stream this, actually, if you want to. It's on Prime Video. It's on Philo. It's on Stars. It's on Prime Video with ads, which I think is very cheap.
I don't know. We don't have Prime.
So go watch this if you want to. It's directed by Steven Soderbergh, who, if you're a film nut out there, you know what that means. I'm not super familiar, but he is kind of all over the place,
I've heard the name.
if
that's
I'm
for
honest.
Sure.
Yeah. Sex, Lies, and Videotape is considered his most famous movie, but he also went on to do Traffic and Ocean's 11.
And Aaron Brockovich.
And apparently Aaron Brockovich, because he's, again, all over the place. There's a movie called Out of Sight from 1998 that I recognize the poster of with Jennifer Lopez and George Clooney.
Oh my God, that would explain the random George Clooney.
There was a random George Clooney bit. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
He did Solaris. He did Oceans 12 and 13. And then The Informant and Contagion, both with Matt Damon. And Haywire, which, again, I've seen the cover of. That cover right there.
This is great for our audio podcast.
listeners. Yeah.
It's white with some people on it.
And Logan Lucky.
I liked Logan Lucky a lot.
Yeah, which is great. And Unsane, which was filmed on an iPhone.
I liked that one too.
And Magic Mike.
I've never seen that.
Soderbergh is an eclectic mix
It's not even the first Magic Mike. It's Magic Mike's Last
of
Dance.
films. Yeah, I think Magic Mike 1 is on here too, isn't
Is
it?
it? I didn't see it. Nope. Just
Oh my
Last
God,
Dance.
it's-
Oh
no,
no,
yeah,
he did.
it is.
Okay.
Okay, he did both of them.
So that's fun.
But I think the second one's called Magic Mike XL, so I think
he
he did
do
first
all
and third.
three?
I don't think he did XL.
Oh.
Because that Control F brought up two movies.
I never watched the Magic Mike
No.
movies. I went to a male strip club once with my sister, and I went, "This is weird, and I don't like people, and I don't want to be here."
Wasn't that a bachelorette party or something?
No, that was just there were strippers in our hometown.
What?
Yeah, so we went, and there was a lot of women there, and there was a lot of. I was like, I don't want to be. I hate people. I hate bars. I hate being in public. I don't know what to do with. I'm not a drinker, so I was just like, this is probably one of the least fun things I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't stay very long.
Okay. He is also director of photography or cinematographer on all of his own films under the pen name, Peter Andrews.
Oh.
Which the only thing that's weird, but the only thing interesting about that is he is director of photography for Magic Mike 2.
Yeah.
So I don't. Steven Soderbergh.
He's really invested in the Magic Mike series.
Yes, and Channing Tatum because of Logan Lucky.
Trilogy. Channing Tatum's in Logan Lucky?
Yeah.
I just remember Adam Driver.
And you don't remember Daniel Craig?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you're correct.
Channing Tatum is Andrew Driver's brother.
I did not know.
Adam Driver. Why did you say Andrew Driver?
Did I say Andrew?
No, I did.
Oh.
This movie is written by Lim Dobbs, who wrote Dark City. He also worked with Soderbergh on Haywire and Kafka, which is why he brought him along. But the most interesting thing about that, dude, the commentary track for this movie is so hostile
Why?
and aggressive because almost nothing Lim wrote made it to the movie. Lim
Oh.
wrote a very dialogue-heavy Guy Ritchie type, Quentin Tarantino type of movie. And Soderbergh decided we didn't need most of it.
Oh. I think we did.
And I had looked up in Interesting Facts that was a famously hostile commentary, and I started up the movie. If you can find this movie on streaming, I don't know if the commentary would be on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I would give it a shot because it is immediate. They were already arguing when the mics were turned on.
Oh, my God.
And then you can hear them turn them off and restart like 3 times as the movie's playing in front of you. Because Lim is furious.
That all of his work is just not there.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, you open this fucking movie and have none of my dialogue because you think we need this fucking scene.
Oh, my God. Like, I kind of can see
immediately.
what he's saying because there's a lot of, like weird shots in this movie that end up like some of them are in the past and some of them are in the future, but I didn't. And then eventually you know what's going on, but it was shots I don't think were necessary. And
the editing, man, the editing's
I was
so
also
weird.
confused a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So this is going to be like a Rising Sun episode, I feel like.
I think so, yeah. I was pretty confused, too. It's kind of a David Lynch thing in that way, and it was filmed in a lot of places. Mulholland Drive was. Mm-hmm. Mulholland Drive is super weird.
Yeah.
And hard to follow. So
yeah, I've never seen Mulholland Drive, but one time I swear you explained it to me for like 4.5 hours.
Yeah. And I didn't know what I was talking about.
No.
That's back before we had a podcast.
I think we were on a road trip and you just kept explaining it.
I watched Mulholland Drive because we were going to be on Mulholland Drive.
Is that why? Because I picture being in LA when you were telling me about it.
The day before we left for that trip, Jason came over. Watch Cannonball. Listen to our Cannonball podcast.
It's great. I'm the editor now. So
we're reviewing every video game movie.
It's fun. They crack me up.
She has to listen to it a lot more now.
Yeah, I have to.
She has to listen to all the stuff that you guys don't get to hear that got cut.
Yeah, which some of it is honestly gold, and it's just like a lot of it's burping, honestly.
Well, all right.
A lot of it is burping and just making odd sounds at each other, and I'm like, all right, boys.
Men.
All right, can cut this out.
So anyway, Jason came over the day before we left, and we watched Mulholland Drive, which he and I never watch movies together, interestingly enough. For us, I was thinking a podcast about that exact thing. And we were both confused. And we were trying to explain it to each other, and we did not do a
No
good
one
job.
has a grasp of it.
Yeah, no. This movie is more put together than that.
Yes. Oh, I'm not like super duper confused. I'm confused about certain aspects.
Yeah.
But not like, I get the gist, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Quite a few interesting people in this movie, too. I'm curious to see who you pick. Or is it my turn?
Your turn to pick the actor. Yes.
Oh, then I need to figure out who to pick. Okay.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Well, I guess I should read the back of the box since I have it in front of me. I don't know that I have a bunch more interesting stuff that I can't just talk about during the movie. Oscar nominees Terence Stamp, Leslie Ann Warren, and Peter Fonda team up with the director of Out of Sight and Sex, Lies, and Videotape for this critically acclaimed thriller that Newsday called a lean and mean treat for savvy action lovers. And then we get to the actual plot. British ex-con Wilson, that's Terence Stamp, arrives in Los Angeles to investigate the mystery of his daughter's quote-unquote accidental death. His prime suspect, the wealthy, heavily guarded music promoter Terry Valentine, is no easy target. Propelled into an increasingly brutal search for truth, Wilson, with single-mindedness and terrifying precision, moves unstoppably toward revenge.
Yep. All right, ready to do this?
What happens in this movie?
So I think it starts out, and I thought that they said Jackie, but now I don't think they did. I think they said, tell me about Jenny, is what someone said.
Yeah.
And you can't really tell what's going on. And then it starts playing The Seeker, and Terence Stamp walks out of an airport.
Seemingly LAX.
Definitely LAX, now that we know where it was.
Now that we know where it was.
Because we recognized it at first. I was like, that looks like LAX to me. And
which we've been to once, but it looked more like GTA 5 than...
Yeah, and I've been around that airport a lot.
Yes.
A lot.
The Seeker, by the way, I put little trailer clips at the end of every episode for the next movie we're going to cover that I go find after we pick the movie. The Seeker is heavily featured in the trailer to the point that it was hard to edit it with music behind it.
Oh, yeah. How'd you do that?
I didn't do it well.
Oh, okay. Well, you tried your best.
Go back and listen.
Tried your best.
It's not great.
But basically, Terence Stamp, who we find out his name is Wilson, he gets to a hotel and he pulls out a newspaper clipping that says "Woman dies on Mulholland Drive," and then he has an envelope with an address on the back because he pulled the news clipping out of this envelope that says something about Eduardo Roel. And then I wrote that I think the Limey is his daughter. Because I didn't quite know what the Limey was, and I still don't.
I don't either.
So basically, if you're putting it together, the girl who died on Mulholland Drive is his daughter.
Yeah.
And we're going to figure that out. So Wilson goes to talk to Luis Guzman, who is Eduardo Roel. And
didn't girls die on Mulholland Drive in Nice Guys, too?
I feel like everyone does.
That's such a common...
It's a very twisty road.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But this feeling was like 15.
Yeah, because it's very twisty.
Yeah.
Very twisty. So he goes to talk to him, and he's like, you sent me this letter. And we
Luis
find...
Guzman.
Yeah, we find out that Eddie is Jenny's friend. Jenny is the name of Wilson's daughter. So they were friends, and he was like, I thought you would need to know that your daughter died, you know, like, so I sent you the newspaper.
Yeah.
And Wilson wants to know who killed the daughter, and Eddie's like, I mean, the newspaper said nothing about her being killed. She died in a car accident, but her neck was snapped, and then we see like pictures of the car on fire.
Yep.
So the police are not investigating. That's what we know. But he says something about how, like, they're basically talking because Wilson's like, there's no way Ginny died in a car accident because Ginny was a very controlled person. So I can't imagine that happening. And then Eddie tells him, like, I mean, she'd have like a drink here or there, but she would never drive drunk. She would never drive high, none of that stuff. So I don't know what happened. And then Wilson starts asking Eddie, like, well, where did she get the drugs at all? And then Eddie's like, well, I didn't do it to him. Like, I served time, but I put my life together and put all that behind me. So it wasn't me who gave her any drugs, if she was on drugs at all. So we find out that Jenny had a boyfriend named Terry. And Wilson's like, well, what does he have to say for himself? And then Eddie's like, well, I mean, what is he going to say? That they had a fight and she drove away and she died. That's pretty much all he could say. Yeah. So anyway, then the next clip we get is Wilson buying guns off some person in a park with the most awkward handoffs of guns and money under the table I've ever seen. And so obvious.
Under a park picnic bench, and so obvious.
And they keep missing each other's hands, which is making me laugh.
Yes.
But then we pull back and the weapons dealers are children.
Yeah. They're like 13 or 14.
They're kids. So maybe that's why it was so clunky.
Yeah.
And then Eddie tells Wilson that one of the last times he saw Jenny is Jenny asked him to drive her downtown to see her boyfriend. And Eddie thought that they were looking to see if Terry was cheating. But she took him to like a dock. And in this dock, it was just a bunch of bad men in a bad place unloading trucks. And he didn't really know what was going on. But he said that while they were there, Jenny just approached a bunch of guys and started yelling at them. And he was like, I didn't know what was happening, but she made it seem like she was covering my ass while we were there.
Yeah.
So he didn't know what was going on, but he was like, it was bad vibes everywhere.
Yeah. And this is where I noticed. So I'm going to take some time here. I want to notice editing in movies. Like I've tried to make a concerted effort to like learn more about the craft and kind of study what makes good editing, what makes bad editing. I watch a lot of YouTube videos about that. I just noticed the editing in this just because it is really off-putting.
Yeah.
I heard that the editor, who's a female, I cannot remember her name, tried to make it seem like the way that you remember things in your head.
Okay.
Really disjointed. Like people will be talking in scenes and it'll go and show other things that he's remembering and it'll show him walking. The editor's having a heyday. They're just inserting random clips.
Yeah.
Often.
Yeah.
And then they'll show scenes that aren't going to happen until later.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't understand why we were seeing some things that end up happening later in the movie.
Yeah.
Like they're a memory, but they're not a memory.
And then there's like scenes of him sitting on an airplane. There's scenes of him talking to different people that we haven't met yet. Mm-hmm. And all the audio's disjointed too.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
It is weird.
But it's interesting.
It is interesting. It's not a bad movie.
It's like a first effort at that. If you could master that craft, that could make a great movie probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what happened here, but
I don't know.
It's low budget.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But Wilson goes and he breaks into this loading dock that Eddie took Jenny to just try to see what Jenny stumbled in on. And so he just like walks into a back office and there's a guy who's like, who the fuck are you?
Piney
from Sons of Anarchy. A young Piney. It was weird. His voice is the same.
Yeah.
But we basically, he's like, oh, I'm looking for Terry Valentine. Do you know him? And he's like, get the hell out. Get out of here. Why are you in here? That's the back door. And then basically he's like, well, Little Bird told me that you and Terry have some business dealings. And then a bunch of guys come in because Piney's getting upset and like grab. Oh, no, that's not what happened. Sorry.
No.
Wilson like shoves Piney's, like Piney stands up to remove Wilson from the room, and he grabs him by the back of the neck and slams his head down on the desk, and then starts going through his Rolodex. If you were young, back in the day, you would have this like paper on your desk with like that you would twist. It was in alphabetical order, and you could find people's contact information on paper.
Yeah.
That's how he organized. So he rips Terry's name out of the Rolodex, and when he does that, all of Piney's guys have finally realized something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because there's one guy who's sweeping this entire time, just watching this happen, going like, what?
Yeah, he runs the other direction to get bigger guys.
He goes and gets bigger guys, and they come and they like start fighting Wilson and grabbing him. And they basically, Piney says, no, we don't want him dead. We want to know what he knows. Like, who is this person? Like, why is he here? And then Piney makes the poor choice of talking about Jenny. And basically, because Wilson says, like, well, Jenny was my daughter. And then Piney says something about, like, that cunt daughter of yours.
Oof.
And then also says something about, like, what I would have wanted to do to her if she hadn't had died in that car accident.
And then puts his face all the way up against his and whispers
the horrible atrocities he wishes that he had done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what earns him a knee in the groin.
Yeah. And then they throw him out. And then what I love, though, is while Piney gets knee in the groin, one guy stays back and is like, do you want an ambulance? And then Piney's like, no, get out. Throw him out. And so they go throw him out of the dock. And then they're basically, the ambulance guy is standing there like, don't come back here, okay?
They punch him a couple times.
But then they just walk away.
Yep.
And then he just stands up, grabs his gun from the small of his back, and walks straight into the warehouse and kills them all.
Fuck back in. And when he pulled his gun out, you and I both looked at each other and said, "Oh shit!"
Oh shit! Yeah, all we see is we're outside where they threw him, and we just see the flashes,
the muzzle flash,
muzzle flashes inside.
And we hear a couple guys begging.
Yeah, and then just shots, and then one guy runs outside and gets away, and then Terence Stamp walks outside and just says, "You tell him I'm coming."
Yeah.
And then that's it.
That's filmed really well.
That's filmed very well. Yeah. That was a great scene.
Because it stays right in the spot where he got beat up, way outside the warehouse. And as one guy comes running out, it starts walking in. And Terence Stamp stops right when the camera stops, right in frame.
Yep.
And screams, "Tell him I'm coming!"
Yeah, it's really cool. It's scary.
So cool.
And then we hear, then we get like random shots. And then it says like, we hear someone saying, "Tell him I'm coming. Tell who I'm coming." You know, like that's what we're
as
hearing.
it's like establishing shots of like L.A. and some characters we haven't met.
And then we get
about.
like a woman swimming in a pool while some guy's walking and talking on the phone next to the pool. And then we get a sitcom montage of Peter Fonda. Like literally those montages of like people turning around, like half smiling and laughing and stuff like that in different positions. That's what we get.
To the tune
and then
of,
just comes up
I think it's a Who song.
Yeah, and then just as Peter Fonda as Terry.
Do you know who Peter Fonda is? You know what we know him from?
No.
We've covered him on the show.
No.
He's Lucifer in Ghost Rider.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the one that kills Johnny's dad.
Well, Johnny's dad was going to die anyway.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But yeah, no, that was a weird scene.
So weird. I wrote it down.
I was like, it's Peter Fonda.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know what that was.
Whatever happened to predictability?
Peter Fonda. It was no one else's pictures. It was just Peter Fonda walking around on a cell phone, laughing, drinking a little bit of scotch. No dialogue.
Just the music.
Different lighting, different days, different
Standing
seasons.
on his porch, taking in the view.
And I was just like, what is happening?
For a while, too.
Yeah, for like a long
30,
while.
40 seconds.
And so then some old guy is telling Terry, like, so after that, he's talking to the pool girl. And then basically, this is a girl who's got to be, 30 years younger than him?
She's 33 years younger when they filmed it.
Okay.
And she looks exactly like Denise Richards.
She does.
That was distractingly.
I
Like
was
Denise
I was like,
Richards.
is it Denise Richards? Who is this?
Denise Richards plays Christmas Jones in one of the Bond movies, so in all my notes I have her as Xmas Jones.
I only call this girl Bathtub.
Yeah, she takes a lot of baths.
She takes
in
a
this movie.
lot of
She's
baths.
touching a dirty old man.
But we see no boobs, so that's nice.
That's nice.
But she's way too young for him, and then
Yeah.
she's like laughing. He's talking really weird. He's like, "Oh, you're named after a constellation. Thank God your parents didn't name you GX9 or whatever. I don't know any constellations."
Yeah, he named
Little
her
Dipper
in that scene, and we missed it because we didn't have subtitles.
I have no idea.
And they never say her
They
name. ever
never
again.
say it again.
But she's in the movie a lot.
And she just keeps acting like, "Oh, you're so funny."
Yeah.
I'm like, she doesn't think you're funny, dude. Anyway, so then some old guy who I swear they do not say his name until like an hour into the
Way
movie.
later, but it's Kowalski from Vanishing Point, and Vanishing Point goes hard.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Have I never shown you Vanishing
I
Point?
don't even know what that is.
I have a car designed after it in GTA. It's a white Challenger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's one of the best car chase movies ever made. It's like straight car chase, front to back.
Oh
and
God!
Clevon
Could
Little's
you
in it.
imagine my notes if we covered Vanishing Point?
That would be a short episode.
Car chase, car go fast, car turn.
Clevon Little's in it though. He's the radio guy. Oh, the guy in Blazing Saddles.
Oh, the guy from Police Academy.
No,
Oh, is it because that guy does the sounds in Police
the guy
Academy?
that. Oh God, remind me who does Blazing Saddles. Is it Mel Brooks?
Yeah.
He says.
I think so.
He whispers morons into the guy's ear.
Oh.
The guy that laughs. That's Clevon Little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. But anyway, so some guy's telling Terry that their warehouse got shot up, basically, and he's like, and they were taken out by a lone gunman, and then Terry's like, "What are you talking about, lone gunman? Why are you saying it like that? Why are you?" Because Terry, I feel like, doesn't know what's happening really.
No.
And Terry's just like, "I don't know why you're talking like we're cool. We're not cool." And then Terry's basically just like, "I don't want anything coming back on me. So whatever." And then he says like, and those people were your friends, not my friends.
Yeah.
So just so you know, those were your friends.
Right.
And then old BFF says, well, the guy that got away said that the gunman was crazy and that he was telling him, "I'm coming." And then he was like, "Who's coming?" And he's like, "Nobody knows."
Yeah.
Nobody knows. We'll see. So basically they say something about like the goods are already all gone and the middlemen are all dead. So this is great. And he's
Yeah,
like,
this is good news.
no one can tie you to this anymore. And then he's like, well, Jenny did. Jenny's also dead, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then Eddie is telling Wilson that Jenny and Terry apparently were together for 5 years. 5 years they were a couple.
Yeah. I don't know how long Wilson was in prison, but it must have been a long time.
It was a long time. I think
Yeah.
he said 9.
Wow.
9 years. So Jenny basically, like, Wilson's like, well, Jenny must have liked him then. And then Eddie tells him, like, well, he would come in and she would introduce him to me, and then he would never see me. Like, he was like, he never registered my face. I met him a few times, but he never cared. And then he said that Jenny met Terry at the beach and was blinded by his smile and money. Anyway.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about because he never once smiled at me.
Never smiled at me once. And then apparently we find out that Eddie and Jenny met in acting class and that they were like best friends.
I like that because the acting in that scene, because they're in a car and Terence Stamp, just kind of smiles at the thought that his baby was doing something for herself
Yeah.
while he was inside that he had no idea about. And
Yeah.
He's kind of learning about her.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
And then we see a woman checking out the grocery store. And I don't really know why.
It's Elaine.
I know. It ends up being Elaine, but it's a weird shot.
I'm telling you, I don't know if Steven Soderbergh knew what this editor was doing in the editing room. She's introducing people before we've been introduced to them.
Yeah. So we see Elaine. We figure out that this is Elaine. And then Terence Stamp is waiting for her at her house. And basically Elaine knows immediately who it is. And she says she was 21 when she came to me. And she was friends with Jenny, apparently.
Yeah, it's splicing in her talking over him, like seeing her and following her home.
He stares at her.
Yeah.
She knows that she turns around. She's like, "Oh, you're Jenny's dad." And then he just does the Terence Stamp.
Terence Stamp.
Just stand
background.
there and say nothing.
Yeah.
Just stand. Oh, hang on. Let me mute my phone.
Your phone.
But anyway, so then he's like, "Okay, well then you know who I am. So why don't you let me in?" And she's like, "No, Bye. You can talk to me later. And then she guilt trips him because she's like, you weren't around for Jenny. And then she says something about like Wembley Stadium and Pink Floyd, and then just walks into her house, leaving him outside the gate.
Yeah.
But then she gives in and goes for a walk with him to a diner to have like a chat. And then she says something about how Jenny originally told Elaine that she didn't have a father. And then Wilson says, well, she was right, because after her mom died, she was pretty much on her own. So, because he was in prison a lot.
Yeah.
But then he tells her that like basically he starts telling Elaine that his relationship with Jenny's mom was like beautiful. And then we see actual shots of young Terence Stamp and a chick.
Yeah, this movie came out in 1999, so we were like, there's no way this is
No, it's
CG,
de-aging.
and it ain't a different actor.
Nope, it's him.
So I looked it up. Mm-hmm. It's apparently actual footage from an old 1967 movie Terence Stamp was in called Poor Cow.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
It's really,
It
I
really
liked
fits
it.
the movie. It melds in well.
Because they have a little kid in the movie.
Yeah,
that
and
they're
it adds to the
interacting
story.
with.
They don't have any dialogue from that movie, no audio at all. So he just went out and got the rights for it.
That's cool, because I mean,
Had
it
the editor
it
splice
made
it in
it
in random
seem
places.
more real. Because the one thing not one thing, I have a lot of problems, but one of the things I don't like about movies is when they're like, look, we're a family, but you can see all of the photos that they have are all from the same
Taken
day.
it the same day, yeah.
And you're just like, so you've only taken family photos once?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is kind of true for most families, though.
Yeah,
honestly.
but like it's always only the one day.
Yeah.
It's not like I always like films better when they have like they asked for their family photos or something.
Yeah.
You know, for the set design, and so that you have multiple photos that they've like spliced together of these.
A lifetime of photos.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's more realistic.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they were in love, and then we cut back to Eddie talking, and he's talking about how Jenny died at 2 a.m. Or Eddie said that Jenny died at 2 a.m. and it was 10 a.m. his time, because he said that he knew that Jenny was dead before he got the news from Eddie.
Yeah.
He said that he always went out in the morning to get his paper, and all of a sudden his hands were numb and he thought he was having a heart attack. And then one of his friends said something about like, what's going on with you? And he said he just felt all the blood drain out of him, and he just knew that she was gone.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. And then he said she was magic, which is really sweet.
It is sweet.
But anyway, so, and then he's talking to Elaine, and he's like he said he's surprised that Jenny told Elaine that she had a dad at all. He was like, because she was so embarrassed. And then Elaine goes, she wasn't embarrassed of you. And then he goes, well, then ashamed. And she was like, no, she wasn't ashamed of you either.
She was disappointed.
She was disappointed.
This whole conversation with them was filmed in like 4 different locations.
Yeah. There's walking
and
around.
it's
and stuff.
splicing back and forth between them, though. But the conversation, in terms of audio, is linear.
Yes.
But it's showing them having the conversations at different times, which is a cool technique if the editor's going for the way memory works, because he's remembering the conversation and where they went during it, just not what points of the conversation happened at which place.
Right.
It's kind of cool, I guess.
It's cool. It's hard to follow, though.
It does make it hard to follow.
It's like, what does Dennis Reynolds say? He says, like, I don't want to hear about a dream unless I'm in it, and I don't want to look at photos unless I'm in those.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
But then Elaine starts telling him like about Terry, and says like he's a music producer for rock and roll, and that Terry is never going to give you the satisfaction of knowing what happened. And he's like, well, I don't really care. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, okay, well, you can just call him. And then she says something about like, oh, all you men and your dicks. And I was like, I missed something.
I did too.
I miss subtitles when I don't have them.
He seemed a little confused too. I was like, I don't know what brought you to say that.
Yeah, it was weird. And then she's like, do you want his number? And he's like, I already have his number. I was just hanging out with you.
I love that he kind of just says that to himself.
Yeah. He was like,
Alright,
I already have his number. And then the next day he goes to knock on Eddie's door. And then Eddie opens the door and says, whatever you got to do, man, you better go do it. And what I just love to envision is that Terence Stamp just knocked on the door, Eddie opened it, and he said fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And Eddie was just like, what
It
are
was
we?
like a good minute.
A good like minute and a half with Eddie going, what are we doing? What is this? Talk. But then Eddie and Wilson go to stake out Terry's house, and there's like valets everywhere because apparently there's a party going on. But Wilson acts like he has no clue what the concept of a valet is. Like he's never heard of it or seen it ever.
Luis Guzman has to explain it to him.
Yeah, it's like it's a party. It's fine because he's like there's a bunch of guys just standing outside and
Taking cars.
Yeah, it's like it's valets. So they basically they go up to the house, and but then like at the house, bathtub chick is taking a bath in the middle of this party, which kind of makes me love her.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Like I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
Like I've said it multiple times, and I feel bad, kind of, not really. But there are like 5 people that I like am really cool with hanging out with.
And 4 of them you grew up with.
Yeah. And then you
lived in your entire childhood.
Literally share sperm with those people. And then there's you.
Yeah.
Also sperm.
No,
related. Okay.
Man, we're going to have that fantasy football draft next week.
I will be gone.
There will be 6 men in this house, including me, and they will never see you if you're here.
No. I will.
Was that Wes that said that one time?
You're.
Wes was like, we have a joke that your wife's not real.
Yeah, and you make that joke too.
And
sometimes.
I was like, well, she goes to another school.
She goes to another school. You don't know her, which is how I like it. I don't like to play. I don't like that. I don't
Can't handle it, and that's fine.
I just can't handle it. The older I get, the less I want to.
Yeah.
I have no desire.
Hey, you've got your boundaries.
Yeah.
You have conviction, and I appreciate that.
Very strict boundaries. But anyway, so I just love that she's taking a bath in the middle of a party that's in her house, and she's just like full swing party. She's like, I'm taking a bubble bath.
Yeah.
I need to unwind. So Terry basically is being really weird while she's in the bath and like asking her if she's ever had a dream where she's in an unfamiliar place or speaking an unfamiliar language, but somehow she knows what's going on. And he's like, that's the 60s. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
And then she like giggles at him again, and I'm like, stop acting like he's cool. He's the weirdest person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, he is.
He's weird. So Eddie and Wilson just walk into this house. No one stops them. No one asks why they have a Taurus.
No. I didn't even think of that. Every car that's pulling up is a Mercedes until their 1997 Ford Taurus.
It's just pull up in a Taurus.
It's just gray.
Wearing casual clothes, and everyone's just like, this is fine.
Oh
yes, that was loud. This is fine.
Sorry.
But anyway, so they're walking around the house. Wilson goes like up to Terry's bedroom, and where he has an assortment of like Kama Sutra little statues.
Yeah. That we show every single one of.
Yeah, we do like this one's doing 69
Yeah.
and this one's doing cowgirl and this one's doing, and it was just like, okay, I get it.
I'm telling you, they squeeze a lot
Do
into
you think
89
that Terry
minutes.
can't read and that's why he needs like the little statues?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He just bought the visual guide to the
He's
Kama
like,
Sutra.
I just need to be, and I don't understand it if it's a flat picture. I need like a diagram
Yes.
of what I'm doing.
3-dimensional space.
Yes. And then he wanders into the bathroom, and I don't know where he was going because she was taking the loudest bath I've ever heard in my life. Like she was splashing this water.
As he walked around the entire house, we're playing the audio of her bathtub splashing.
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
But then his cell phone rings, and then he's like, oh, I got to go. And then she just answers the phone in her towel and gives someone directions. While Terence Stamp, you can see half of his face around a wall behind her.
That's his thing.
This is his thing. This is what he did in The Real McCoy. He just stands places.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Great looking guy.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Smash.
Smash.
And then Eddie and Wilson are hanging out by the pool, which is like on a cliff, and the like what's it called, railing only goes like, there's like a gap in the railing at the end of the pool for some reason, but the pool doesn't go all the way to the railing.
Yeah. Peter Fonda said something about how it was supposed to be infinity pool and they started putting railing or something.
And he
To
was like,
explain
no,
why it
stop,
looks
make it
stupid.
unsafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that might come back up. So, they're just hanging out and they're talking about, I don't know what they're talking about. And then Wilson gets his very first look at Terry because walking around this house, he hasn't run into Terry because for some reason he was like, yeah, let me go into his bedroom where he'll be in the middle of this party. But then Wilson keeps picturing walking in and shooting Terry in the middle of this party.
They show it like 3 times.
Like in different, he keeps hitting him in different places. So he's envisioning different areas, like if he misses or if Terry moves or things like that, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then he goes to make his move, and while he's walking in, Eddie, like, he's about to do it, and then Eddie puts his hand on his gun and is like, no, because, like, as he's walking off, Eddie's like, where are you going?
Yeah.
Where are you going? And so he stops him, and then Wilson tells Eddie, bring the car around and point it downhill. And instead of asking any questions, since he knows that Wilson literally almost murdered a person, Eddie just goes and does it.
Yeah.
Just goes and does it. And then
Point it downhill.
Yeah, and then Wilson goes back outside. And then people notice this because this was a weird behavior in the middle of a party. And Terry was like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
And then so a couple of the goons go outside. And then Wilson just throws one of them off of this cliff in the background of the shot, because you see Terry like facing away talking to a guy about contracts. And in the background, you see Wilson throw a guy off a freaking building.
Everybody turns to the sound, but Terence Stamp is already composed and pulling on his
And
jacket.
walking away. Yeah. And then
Walking
everyone's
away.
like, okay, what just happened? So old best friend starts following him like, hey, what just went on? And then we see all of the guests now just staring down at this dead man, like 50 feet below them on the balcony, no one calling the police. Great. So they get to the car and they take off driving, but old BFF, because again, right now I do not know his name. I don't know what the fuck noise you just made, but old BFF is following them in his car. And then Eddie's like, what did you do? Did you kill Terry? And he's like, no, it would be too easy. I killed a different guy.
Yeah.
I murdered a different man.
Who did nothing.
Yeah, but the girl on the phone, bathtub girl, did mention to the people that there are 3 ways in and out of this house. Like 3 roads that you can use to get here.
Yes.
And then it ends up happening now. So, because they take one road to get down, and then the old BFF takes a different way to get down. But because old BFF comes to this house a lot, old BFF took the faster way.
Yep.
And then he rams into them.
That pissed me off.
Why?
Because that's the only thing. Terence Stamp heard her say that on the phone.
Yeah, he did.
He heard her say exactly the fastest way to get up there, and then took the slow way.
I think he was just like, who cares about that guy?
Yeah. I guess.
Who cares? But he rams him, and then he gets out of the car, old BFF does, with like a pump action shotgun.
Yeah, he does.
And just starts unloading the shotgun into the back of their car.
Yeah.
And then Terence Stamp makes Eddie like reverse and then rams that guy's Mercedes off the cliff too. But then I don't know what happens to that guy's shotgun, because then old BFF just stops shooting at them and is just standing there like, what are you doing?
He dives out of the way, and the shotgun ends up like 6 feet from him. It's in the shot, just barely. You
Go
can see
get
the
it.
grip of it. And he doesn't get it because he's afraid he's about to get run over. And then he just stands up and watches him leave.
Does he not know the turning radius of a Ford Taurus? They could not have hit you.
No.
They would have had to do like a 3-point or whatever turn to hit you.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. But I don't know why he was just like, oh, I didn't expect you guys to fight for your lives.
Yeah.
This is madness. But like now, because Eddie was like, because Wilson got out of the car for a second to go, I don't know, do something. And then Eddie was like, Wilson, get in the car.
He was going to kill him.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah.
And so now the old guy knows that they're looking for someone named Wilson. So old BFF makes it back to Terry's house, where the authorities are now present. And he's like, what did you fucking tell them? And Terry's like, I told the authorities that he was an old employee who refused counseling and then just offed himself. So it's all solved. And then while this conversation's going on, you see the firemen like fishing for this guy's dead body off the cliff. What is happening? And then somehow old BFF knows that Jenny's dad got out of prison last month. And then Terry's like, I didn't even know she had a dad.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, old BFF says something about like people close to you keep falling into canyons. And Terry's like, I didn't do that one.
And he's like, that happened once.
That happened once to that guy.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. And then they're like, well, how are we going to find Wilson? And then Terry's like, I don't care because I'm leaving. And then he says something about like, how do you keep getting so lucky, Terry? And Terry's like, I learned to skate when I was a little boy. And then he walks away. And I'm just like, what was that? What is that?
It's probably one of the lines Lim was really wanting to keep in the movie.
It was funny. I just didn't know what was going on.
I don't know either.
I was just like, what? Who says that? What a weird thing to say. And then there's a photo of Jenny missing from Terry's house. And Terry immediately notices it. And then we see that Wilson stole it.
Yeah.
which is kind of sweet that he still had a picture of her.
Sure.
I don't know. And then we're playing pool, and old BFF goes to talk to a guy named Stacy. And that was actually kind of a funny scene because they were basically just it was I don't know how you play pool, but it was doubles. And so two guys were arguing with two other guys about who was going to break the balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a weird scene for me.
It was weird, but it
didn't
was
end up meaning anything.
But I liked the the lightness in it for a second. I mean, they did get in a fist fight.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, someone broke
One guy
up,
was upset, and then two guys beat the crap out of him with 2 punches.
and then his friend said, "Does that mean we forfeit?"
Yeah.
Which was quite funny.
One of those guys, we had to look up who he was. His name's Nicky Cat, if you know who that is. He's in Phantoms.
Yes, it's Stacy.
Yeah.
This guy. Yeah. He's in Phantoms, and
He's one of the cops.
wasn't
Steve.
he in something else we've covered? I feel
Yeah,
like
he's
he
a
was.
waiter in Sister Act.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
All of our
That's just going to be what happens when you're, what are we, 35, 37 movies in?
Yeah. Every single time you tell me something, I'm just like, the world is not real. I don't know what you want from me.
That's what, it's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
It's true.
You can honestly do it in 2 degrees usually.
Yeah. Well, if you use certain movies, like I'll never use movie 43. I think it's a cop out.
Yeah, no, we're not. Or Expendables 3.
Cop out.
Everybody's
Any
in that.
Expendables movie,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
not doing any of that. Ever.
Cop out. Ever. Don't get excited. If you're listening to this because you're like, oh God, I hope they do Expendables. Too bad. Okay, so old BFF is hiring Stacy to find Wilson. That's what's happening. And then basically old BFF, we find out old BFF's name is Avery, but no one ever says it.
Not
really.
even in this scene.
Not even in this
Even
scene.
Stacy's like, whatever your fucking name is.
Yeah, and then but basically old BFF's like, I need you to do it because I've lost touch with the streets and no one cares about you, not even God. And then Stacy still does it. And I'm just like,
He's like, fair enough.
that is so rude. I would be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm not helping you now. But then Stacy does say he was paid $5,000 to do the job. And while he's leaving, we see what appears to be a cop or something watching Stacy leave, but they do not follow.
Yeah.
As far as we know. But there's like a guy on a walkie-talkie in the car.
Yeah.
Interesting. So the next day we see Elaine leaving her apartment and she's being followed by who we find out is Stacy. And it's just like a voiceover of him talking about Elaine. And she goes to like some kind of shoot where there's children and all this stuff. And I did think this was kind of funny because the actor is standing there talking about how shitty background actors are.
Dude.
While standing in a sea of background actors. And talking about how they fucking suck.
He's
and
like
how
in there calling home like, oh, Mom, I got a big role in a film. And
They're
put
all
in
just standing
half an
around.
hour work, and they're all standing right next to him.
right around him acting like they're so excited to watch this like commercial being shot. Fuck off.
So funny.
So funny. And then he starts saying creepy stuff about children, so now we hate him.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't think that was necessary. I never think that's necessary.
Yeah.
But like that was really like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we needed to add in like you're a pedophile on top of.
Yeah, he said something about.
She's kind of young.
She says something about how she's kind of cute, but a little young, and she's clearly like under 10.
Yeah, and then it turns to Elaine talking to like clearly like an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's disgusting.
Okay, weird.
Okay, I would have left that part out, but
Yeah.
whatever. And then Wilson's also at this shoot. So, and somehow Stacy now knows that that's Wilson. Like, he recognizes him, even though no one should recognize him.
Well, Avery saw him,
Yeah.
so he would fit Avery's description.
Yeah.
And he's also just standing there like the coolest looking motherfucker on the
He
planet.
really is.
Yeah.
He really is. And so Wilson follows Elaine back to her apartment in the fucked up Ford Taurus. Toros?
Must be some Taurus in the atmosphere.
Oh, hell yeah. I feel like we should watch that.
Well, okay.
I haven't watched Bring It On in a really long time.
Me neither. I'll watch Eliza Dushku.
I know you will,
Do
buddy.
anything.
I know you will, buddy. That's okay. And then they get out of the car and Stacy and his brother like move in to shoot Elaine and Wilson. And then they're stopped by like a group of cops all of a sudden at the last second,
Yep.
which was shocking. I don't know how. I think that Wilson was about to get like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh. Yeah.
And then this
The way they were
going
going to do that little pincer move on him was kind of cool. They were coming at him from 2 different angles of the.
with their guns
parking lot.
held up across the parking lot.
No, the moron had his gun held up.
Okay.
Steve from the Phantoms from phantoms and his gun at his side.
Yeah. The brother just was straight up guns
Yes.
out from
Gun all the way
100 yards
extended.
away.
Fast walking at him.
Yeah.
Isn't there a movie like that where somebody walks at somebody for a handshake for like 30 feet
God,
like
probably.
that? I feel like it's Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Well, it just reminds me of the like move from Austin Powers. Stop!
Oh yeah.
It's great. Anyway, so then these people are like, come with us if you want to live, basically.
Yeah.
And then they just go with them.
Yeah.
In 2 different cars, though, which I don't know if I would have agreed to. I don't know who you are.
True.
So these are probably cops. I don't know. They're maybe not cops. I don't really know. But then they like throw Elaine and Wilson into like this workshop room of some kind. And then we find out that Wilson stole one of their badges and they're with the Drug Enforcement Agency.
Yeah.
So the ATF, I guess?
DEA.
DEA.
Drug
Oh
Enforcement
my
Agency.
God. Yeah. What's ATF?
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's what Sons of Anarchy talks about.
Yes. A
'Cause
lot.
of the firearms.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yes.
They do run. Do they run coke or meth?
Ooh.
They run.
Remembering Sons of Anarchy is going to be your strong suit.
They run drugs at one point. Spoilers. They don't want to, but they're making a lot of money. So it is what it is. So then Elaine basically, like, they just got into this room together. And then Elaine's like, Jenny said she had a ghost for a dad. It's like, Elaine, now is not the fucking time. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know why he's like guilt tripping her, but like, or she's guilt tripping him. But then we like flash back to more of that old footage of Wilson being arrested in that movie.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
That's cool.
Because he's like being arrested while his wife is pushing a stroller down the street. It's pretty cool.
It's nice that it worked out. It's cool.
Yeah. And then he's like, when Jenny was little, she would always be like, oh, if you do more robberies, I'll call the cops on you. And I would always be like, you little fucking bitch. And then she never would.
It cut
But
to the images of her holding the phone and
Yeah.
threatening to call him and screaming at him. And he's like, it was like a little joke we had. And then he cut back to her clearly not joking.
in distress and like crying.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
I'm
like,
gonna,
I'm going to call the
I'm
cops.
gonna call the cops on you. And he's like, you're so funny.
Yeah.
You're so funny. I loved it though that he's like, well, this is our best joke until it wasn't a joke and she actually fucking shopped me.
Yes.
But he said that Jenny had a feeling before he went for his last job, and she told him, if you do this job, I will not be around when you get out. And she wasn't.
She was. Oh, wow.
She wasn't. Nope. And so basically then the cops come take Wilson to a different room where we get to see Bill Duke. Bill Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mac from Predator, which I've not seen, but I've heard it's great.
My brother likes Predator. I only remember Predator 2.
Ah, interesting.
Interesting.
I've never seen Predator.
Okay. So then Wilson says, like, whatever is going on between you and Terry has nothing to do with me. And this is like the most Terence Stamp talks in this entire movie because he never shuts up. He's like, it's none of my business. I just want to kill him because of my daughter. I have nothing to do with whatever you got going on with him. I'm just hanging out.
This guy's accent is so South London.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell a word he said.
He said something about like, when I was in prison, I hated this screw and I wanted to kill him. And then I saw him after I got out because he was just feeding birds on a bench. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to kill him because you have to pick your moments. It's like, and then
If you say so.
he gets done talking. And then Bill Duke is like, the one thing I don't understand is
every word that just came out of
he
your
said
fucking
every
mouth.
motherfucking word you're saying, which was great.
Which I had just finished saying.
Yeah, because you were like, what? What are you saying? And then Wilson's just like, you and I want the same thing. And Bill Duke's like, I don't think we do, but okay. And then like Wilson says, I wager to guess that you lost a large sum of money. But I'm like, that's what you're after. And I'm after some kind of satisfaction. And then Bill Duke's like, what's the connection between you and Terry Valentine? And Wilson tells him like, well, my daughter was living with him when she died, which is probably around the same time you lost all your money.
Yeah.
And then Bill Duke's like, you can't hide money. All you can do is disguise it. And like, basically it sounds like, I think I know what happened. 'Cause I think that they used Terry to get all this money for some kind of a drug deal. But Duke ends up saying like a rich person will absorb the money and take some off the top for that crew. And that's what they're chasing. And he says he doesn't give a damn about the money. He cares more about the heroin. That's kind of what he says.
Yeah.
But then they're burning heroin outside, and then Wilson and Duke are looking at the cops burning heroin like that means anything to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, does that just mean he wishes he was out there around the burn barrel so he could breathe it in? I don't know.
It was a longing look.
Yeah, can you breathe in heroin? I'm sure you can.
What do you mean, can you? Like, will it get you high?
Yeah, like
I would
would
have
it
to
work like
assume so,
that?
yeah.
I would assume so, yeah. Because I was just like, oh, you just go out there then. We didn't have to talk about this right now. You could have been out there with your friends burning heroin.
Yeah.
I would have waited. I'm fine.
You brought me in here.
Yeah, I mean, it was on your time, literally. But they basically say that Avery is the one who sent the assassins after Wilson. And then he says, oh, darn, there go my slippery hands again.
Dude.
While he throws a file at Wilson with all the information in
We
it.
popped so hard because the delivery was so deadpan. Because Bill Duke's just so calm and collected. And he was like, darn it, there go my slippery hands again.
Yeah,
just threw the file across the desk.
I loved it. And basically they say there was an incident downtown a couple of days ago that might have spurred this incident, but I don't know what that was. Oh, maybe all the guys who got killed.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then he says, shame about the money going to Terry instead of you. And that's when Bill Duke said, I don't give a damn about the money. I care about heroin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for pleasure or for business?
I'm assuming business.
I'm assuming business.
Coke is way more valuable than cash in GTA.
That's true. Okay. In GTA. Like I love that
In the
joke.
game.
In the game. Dude, have we told them that when we were playing GTA a lot, I used to on purpose make my dad super uncomfortable by being like, oh, Kyle and I have to go sell meth and weed.
Yeah.
And my dad would be like, in your game. And I'd be like, okay.
Sure.
And I'd always shrug and go, okay.
In public.
In public, yeah, always in public. Or while he was driving, like backing out of my driveway.
Yeah.
Like, Kyle and I've got to go sell meth now. Yeah, it was great. So then Terry is going somewhere with Bath Chick, right? And then he's like talking about motorcycles and hitting a deer. His stories are boring as fuck. And they take up way too much of this.
Yeah, way too much of this. 89 minutes again, by the way. And she mentions to him halfway through it, she's like, oh, you've told me this story before.
And then he's like, you're so sweet.
And she's like, I guess you can keep telling me.
She's like, you can keep telling me if you want. Where are we going? And then, like, that's what I wrote down. I wrote that, like, she does a great job pretending he's exciting.
Yes.
Because she just keeps smiling. And I'm like, you know what? You're doing a great job, babe. Like, if this is what you want in life, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
And then Bath Chick notices that they're being followed. And she's like, oh, my God, we've been being followed for a while. And he's like, well, yeah, I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
And then we find out that it's full of Avery and a bunch of henches. Yeah. And then also somehow Elaine and Eddie and Wilson are also heading up the coast following Terry. And I don't know how they found out about it. I have no idea.
This is one Pacific Coast ass movie.
Oh my God, I love that. That road is
seen
beautiful.
a more Pacific Coast movie. Maybe Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they go to the PCH in
Iron
Rising Sun?
Wow, Rising Sun is in for San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Iron Man is in San Francisco or LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, if you ever get an opportunity to drive up the PCH, I would recommend it.
Yes.
It's a beautiful trip.
Highly.
Were we exhausted? Yes. Did we go to bed at 5 o'clock every night? Yes.
Yeah.
But it was
We went
great.
around daylight savings time, so we were
Yeah. So
multiple hours out of sorts.
multiple hours out of sorts, plus the extra hour out of sorts for being daylight savings time.
Yeah.
And so we were going to bed at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
But then we were waking up at like 2 o'clock in the morning like it was nothing.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of our driving down. Like most of Kyle's mornings were me going, oh, I think I see the sun. And Kyle being like, it's 3 o'clock.
So probably not.
Probably not. It's probably a street light. And me just being like, I think the sun's coming up now. Over and over again. Anyway, so I still think Bath Chick is doing a great job.
Yes.
At pretending. And I
Yeah.
don't know how Eddie, Elaine, and Wilson know what's going on, but they do. I'm guessing the cops told them.
Yeah.
I assume. So the bodyguards then, I liked this scene too, because they start arguing about how much they're being paid on a sliding scale in the parking lot, and then arguing about how one of them does not understand what a sliding scale means.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then Stacy gets a call from Avery at the bar. We don't hear the call or hear him defend himself, But he says he got chewed out for not killing Wilson. And then he says, because his brother's like, well, did you tell him that guy that we got jumped by a bunch of cops? And he's like, yeah, that's exactly what I told him. I'm like, you didn't say anything. You just hung up the phone.
Yeah.
And then Stacy's plan is that he has a guy on the inside of Avery's crew who already told Stacy where they were going to be. So, yeah. So his plan is, he doesn't know what's really going on, but his plan is while Wilson is distracting Terry and Avery's crew, he's just going to swing in and steal the money or heroin or whatever is going on.
Yeah.
So that's his plan. So then Eddie wants to know if Wilson has any friends. And then he says, yeah, I have friends. Like we say, chap down at the booze.
I make the chop down at the booze and we got in the...
Yeah. And then we get another shot from the old movie of like, I'm guessing his like crew or whatever hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's all like, yeah, but the last time I had friends, they set me up. So I guess.
Okay.
All right. That doesn't even come back up.
No.
So I don't know why we are talking about it. But then Terry makes it to the beach house that he's hiding out in. And then Bathtub Girl is all like, I don't know why we're like holed up with all these bodyguards. And he's like, oh, because people want to kill me. And she's like, all right.
Oh, okay.
And then we get like a lot of shots of Wilson thinking about and looking at the picture of Jenny he stole. Like it felt like 5 minutes of like weird flashbacks and shots from the movie.
Yeah.
Of him just staring at a photo and smoking a cigarette, and it went on long enough.
Yeah.
And then the bodyguards are like watching the house at night, and Bathtub Girl is taking yet another bath because she refuses to have the stench of Terry on her. She will not smell like that man.
Yeah. He was 59 when they filmed this, and she was 26.
That's disgusting. That is gross. It's gross.
Yep.
She's taking yet another bath.
Yeah.
So then we see them watching an Access Hollywood. Like it's Terry and Avery sitting and eating pistachios, watching Access Hollywood clips of a young George Clooney talking about being in Venice or something. And then Terry yells at Avery for putting his shells back in the same bowl that they're eating out of.
Yeah.
Which I kind of love those little moments that are added into this movie because is it necessary? No. But did it make it seem more like realistic? Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus.
you are nothing
Punching
but
stuff.
noises today.
I think I only made like 2.
Well, you moved that. You made a
mic.
weird mouth noise.
Yeah.
And now that's your third strike.
Oh.
Stop it.
All right. The rest of the podcast is just her. I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't do that, though, because that would make me feel so awkward. But then a car alarm starts going off outside, and they don't get off the couch. They just kind of keep, like, everyone stays where they are while this car alarm's going off, while they know someone's coming to try and kill you. But then, like, one guard does go out to look at it, and in the diversion, a guard on the balcony disappears.
Yeah.
And then Terry like notices, he's like, oh, holy shit, where's Dave? And then they're all just like, and I thought this was a pretty good plan because Avery's like, shut off all the lights in the house and stay away from the windows, which is very smart because as you know, if you're in a house with all the lights on and it's dark outside, they can see in, but you can't see out.
Which is exactly how Haunted Mansion works.
I don't understand what you're saying to me.
You never do.
I never do. I never get it. Like, I think I understand it, but then I don't.
Yeah.
I know that they can't be on my same level. Because, like, what would I see if they were on my level?
You.
Okay. How do they reflect it out, though?
What do you mean?
Like, are you saying that if I stood there and you put a big old light behind me and flash into the backyard, I would see me in the backyard?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
You would see a ghosted version of you, as you do every time you look out a window. You see your reflection and kind of about what's outside.
Yeah, but I don't see it like 20 feet away.
Because these guys are perfectly set up and painted, these figures, to look like ghosts.
It's fucking genius.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It is.
That's the things that Disney has figured out. Nuts.
Agreed.
Like how that waterfall on top of Pandora is not real. It's just a big spinning wheel.
That kind of looks like water.
Like
yeah.
it looks
That
like water.
Really looks like water from far away.
Yeah, it really looks like water from far away. And
Yeah.
then you zoom in and you go, that is not water.
Yeah.
I'm going back in a month. Anyway.
You are. That's awesome.
Anyway, so they do a diversion. He tells him to get away from the windows. And then he goes and gets Bathtub Girl and goes and groups down and hunkers together in the kitchen, which is all very smart.
Yeah.
These are all very smart moves. And then Bathtub Girl is like, why are we not calling the cops? And Avery's like, because I'm taking care of it. And also because I had a lot of heroin I sold. So we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
And then we see a person walk across the back porch and Avery shoots this person. Turns out that it's Stacy.
Yeah.
Because he was
Steve from Phantoms.
Yeah, Steve from Phantoms. And then Avery gets shot because he goes, this is what I don't get.
Kowalski from Vanishing
If
Point.
you've ever seen, should I talk about The Strangers? There's a part in The Strangers where they make a plan.
I'd spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it. Where they make a plan that does work, but then they immediately abandon that plan.
Yeah, because it worked too well.
Because it worked too well. But in reality, it worked very well, and you should just kept doing that
That's
all
the
night.
reason that's one of our favorite horror movies is because all of their decisions, except for that one,
are
are exactly the decisions we would make.
Oh, yeah, because at the very beginning when she gets weirded out, she
dressed.
puts on clothes.
And charges her phone.
And charges her phone.
Yeah.
Because she's like, this is weird. And then she puts
Yes.
on jeans and a T-shirt and charges her phone.
Yep.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that move's creepy as shit. Anyway.
And all of the rest of them after that are terrible.
I know. It makes me sad. So Avery goes outside to check on who he shot, realizes it's Stacy, and by the time he realizes it's Stacy, Stacy's brother shoots him. And then Stacy's brother, who just shot Avery, gets shot by another one of the bodyguards that's inside.
It's getting real Scorsese in here.
Yeah, and then Stacy's brother shoots the other bodyguard in the foot, and then when he catches up to the guy's like, "Don't shoot me!" And then Avery shoots the brother in the back because Avery's not dead yet.
Yeah.
And then Terry's like, "Fuck this shit! I'm gonna leave." Why, I don't know, but he's like, "I'm just gonna walk away," and he's not like scared. He's just like, "I'm just gonna walk away."
Yeah.
So he just walks away, and like grabs a gun from Avery on his way out, and Wilson like easily catches him and starts like choke. Oh wait, this is before that happens. Sorry. He's like, "I'm gonna leave," and then Wilson breaks in, starts choking him, and then Bathtub stabs Wilson in the back.
Oh yeah, with something crazy.
It looked like a little bitty model of like a bar stool. I don't know what it was.
I don't know. It was very sharp.
It was very sharp and very like weird shaped.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then that's when Terry's running down the steps to the ocean and Wilson's following him. And then, but Terry grabs he takes the time to steal Avery's gun.
As Avery's like coughing up blood.
Yeah, dying. And then takes off. And then Wilson comes out and Avery has another gun somehow that I don't know where he got this one. He just has another gun in the exact same hand that Terry just took a gun from.
Yeah.
And then Wilson just stares at him because we're doing the Terence Stamp stare.
Yeah.
Stares at him. And then Avery's like, "I'm going to shoot you." And then he doesn't say anything. They're just staring at each other. And then Avery's like, "I don't give a fuck." And then he dies.
I think that because you giggled when it happened.
It was ridiculous.
I think he was too weak to pull the trigger
Yeah, we'll go with that.
because he was about to die. He died.
I
in the
think
next
that he was
breath.
just like, you know what? Wilson didn't help me just now.
True.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Go
it could
and
be
do what
that.
you got to
He's like,
do,
"Fucking
man.
Go kill him. I don't
Go
care."
kill him because you know what he could have done? Helped me. I'm not Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
He could have put just a little bit of pressure on this wound in my chest. Maybe it would have helped. But anyway, so Terry's running down the steps to the ocean, which if you've ever played GTA, escaping from the police via the water is almost always the worst thing you can do.
Unless you drive out really far.
Yeah, but then you have to get back.
Yeah,
It
it's a
sucks.
pain.
Being on the ocean in that game sucks.
Yeah.
It's just too big. It's too big.
It is.
And then Terry sprains his ankle when he's trying to get away. So
I think he broke it.
he
It
just-
looked like it came out of the ankle.
I don't know where he was going.
Yeah.
It's dark
There's no
and it's
boat.
a cliff.
Yeah.
So anyway, and Wilson obviously catches up and says, "Tell me about Jenny," which is the opening line of the movie, if you remember. And then Terry basically says that he needed money. And he said, "I would have given her anything she wanted, but she told me she was going to turn me in and she was going to call the cops. And I know that this should not be fucking funny." But I was like, you fucked around, found out, Jenny. Okay.
Same shit she did to her dad when she was a
Same
kid.
shit. Because Terry or like Wilson was like, Elaine told Wilson she never would have called the cops on you. And Wilson was like, "I know.
Yeah.
She was just playing." And so she did the same thing to her criminal boyfriend.
Yeah.
who, anyway, it's really sad because then he said that, well, she was going to call the cops on me and I couldn't stop it. And he kept saying he couldn't stop it. But the footage is of him bashing her head against a wall until she died.
Yeah. He says I couldn't stop.
Yeah, I couldn't stop. And then he kept saying that. And then they planted her in a car and pushed the car off the cliff.
This is the first time we've seen adult Jenny, by the way. And it's fucking, what's her name? She's from 30 Days a Night.
I don't know.
Melissa George.
Oh, this isn't the first time. We've seen a couple of shots of her. Like,
We've seen a lot of shots of like teenage Jenny and child Jenny, but I've never seen Melissa George until these 5 seconds.
oh, there was one shot of, I assume, the same woman in the car with Eddie driving downtown once.
I think that was still teenage version.
It could have been
Not
because it
Melissa
would have
George.
been Wilson's memory of her.
Well, not the Luis Guzman stuff.
No, but I thought you said it was all supposed to be memories.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what
it
the
was.
editor
Every
did.
picture of Jenny was black and white.
Or heavily saturated in another color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he killed her, and then so Jenny fucked around, found out,
Yeah.
threatening to kill the cops on an actual criminal. Not that her dad wasn't an actual criminal.
Yeah.
But anyway, it didn't work out this time.
No.
And then he just doesn't kill Terry, and he just leaves and goes back home.
He kind of chuckles to himself.
Because he's like, oh, yeah, she be doing that.
She did do that.
She does that.
And then he leaves him there and walks up.
He's
back
like,
up
you're
the
right.
steps.
She was a narc. And it is what it is. So he just fucks off and he leaves. He leaves. So then he's going back home and he's next to some lady.
They've been showing the airplane ride on every single one of his little flashbacks.
Yeah.
And we find out that it's the plane ride home.
It's the plane ride home, not the plane
to
ride there. Yeah.
So this is all memory, I guess.
Yeah. Which maybe he did kill him.
Which
We just
is
didn't see it.
kind of cool that it's all hazy.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, it would be hazy with... I mean, it was a whirlwind trip. But he
Yes.
basically just starts trauma dumping on this poor lady
Yeah.
who was just having polite conversation.
He's being vague, but
He's not being that vague.
he's being a little
He's
vague.
being pretty. He's like, yeah, I've been in prison for 9 years and I just got out and then I had to go to the States because my daughter fucking died because she told
No.
people she was going to call the cops on him.
Didn't say any of that.
No, but he says some of that.
Yes.
And then Slay's like, I would like you to stop talking to me, pretty much.
Yeah, she struck up the conversation and she immediately regretted it. Like your
Don't
mom
talk
does.
to strangers.
Your mom does that.
Don't talk to people.
Yeah.
You know how you don't get stuck in these things? Don't talk to them.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the Limey. Did we learn what the Limey is? No.
No.
But that was the Limey. It's not a bad movie, even though it does lose the plot a little bit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think it's trying to do the Guy Ritchie, because Snatch was around the same time. It must have been before.
True.
Tarantino type of energy, but it's not as well. I don't really know what you would say about those movies in terms of dialogue. They're very fast-paced dialogue. A lot is said
Yeah.
very quickly, very choppy editing.
But also some of what's said is not important. Most of what's said is not important for the
in
most part.
Tarantino movies or
Oh, in this.
Tarantino movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
A lot of-
Especially if Tarantino's on the screen.
Yeah, a lot of conversations just to try to squeeze the N-word in there as much as you can.
And he loves it.
He loves it.
He loves it.
He
He
does.
loves doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So,
But-
if you can watch this movie for free, I think it's fun.
I think it's fun. I think it's worth a watch. I think that the acting's really good.
If you love LA, it's got that going for it. It's very LA.
Yeah.
The acting is very good. The editing is insane. So, I'd give it a watch just to study editing. 'cause
It's not bad.
crazy.
It's not a bad movie. I think it's probably arguably a good movie.
Yeah.
There you go.
We should do an award show someday, like after 100 episodes.
This
or
would get the
something, or 50.
reward of being the Limey.
Yeah. I'm not saying this would get any awards.
You know what was the Limey? This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is episode 37. So
A lot.
that would only be 13.
That's how old I am.
movies from now that we'll have our 50th
I'm
episode.
lucky. All
Hopefully.
right. Yeah. All right. So,
yeah.
what are you doing? You got to pick someone.
Oh, I gotta pick someone. That's interesting. When I picked the Limey, I wasn't sure there was gonna be anybody in it.
You were going to trap us.
I thought I might be,
Oh my God.
but there's quite a few people in this.
There's a few people.
Yeah. Well, I guess quite is a bit of a
Yeah,
stretch.
Eyewitness at quite.
No. We got Luis Guzman, Peter Fonda. I don't even know the name of the guy that plays Kowalski in Vanishing Point.
Who are you going with?
I'm trying to think. I'll go Bill Duke.
Okay. Is that because you are trying to get me to pick the Predator?
You can pick whatever you want.
Because you think I only think he's in the Predator?
No, he's in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a whole episode on Bill Duke.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna pick Bird on a Wire.
What the fuck is that?
You made me do the Limey. We're gonna do Bird on a Wire.
Oh, what is that?
It's a Mel Gibson Goldie Hawn movie. Oh, he's the cop in it.
Is it a goofy Goldie Hawn?
I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen it since I was like 8. So let's just go.
My God.
I think it came out in 1990-ish.
Great.
It's gonna be so much fun. You get to see Goldie Hawn's underwear.
Okay. Sign me up.
Sign me. And there's a zoo in it eventually.
A zoo?
Yeah, let's do it.
God. All right.
Okay.
Peter Fonda.
No, too late. All right, so that's a wrap for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. If you like the show, leave a review, file the chain, and join us next week as we link from the Limey to Bird on a Wire. Bye.
See ya.
Next week on Chain Link Theater.
What the hell are you doing here?
Me? What the hell are you doing here?
Being shot in the butt.
You get lost in your plane, you're reported missing, presumed dead. I attend your memorial service and I cry the tears of a grieving widow. Until one day, I pull into a gas station and you're alive with people chasing you. And you ask me to look at your butt?